You're listening to Good Morning Gwinnett, a division of Noise Media Network, hosted by Audrey Bell Kearney, sharing stories about people and places around beautiful Gwinnett County, Monday through Wednesday at 10 a.m. and Thursday at 11 a.m. Southern living at its best.
Good morning, all my Gwinnetians out there in Gwinnett land. It's a beautiful day here in Gwinnett County. It's a little cloudy, overcast, but nonetheless, it's still beautiful. 69 degrees going up to a high of 74, so we're going to have some pretty decent weather, but it's going to rain. 20% chance of rain. It's going to rain a little bit, but that's okay. It's all right. Hope you had a wonderful, wonderful Memorial Day. I did. I had a great time. Did the show yesterday, talked to you guys, and then I went and made some salad and had some, it was a barbecue for us. So we had ribs, and I had, you know what I like? So I used to didn't eat zucchini or squash, but my husband made me, twice he made zucchini. He made zucchini on the grill. That was the first time I had eaten it, and liked it. Because I had eaten it before when I was a little girl, but I didn't like it. So he made zucchini on the grill. That was delicious. And then he made me squash one time, like a squash casserole with cheese. I love cheese. But he made me a squash casserole with cheese and onions. It was delicious. I was like, I can't believe how good this is and why I haven't eaten it. So yesterday I had grilled sweet potatoes on the grill. I had grilled zucchini grill. I had chicken shish kebab, shrimp shish kebab, and then of course we had our regular ribs, potato salad, all that stuff. So we had a good time. And my nephew and his girlfriend are here, my niece is here, my stepdaughter's here, my good friend came over. We had a good time. My sister-in-law came over. And yes, these are people who have been quarantined like me forever. So we were pretty safe being around each other at that point. So, we didn't walk around the house with masks on. We did not do that, but we felt pretty safe. But anyway, we had a good time. Hope you had a good time and stayed safe and continuously stay safe. Today is National Blueberry Cheesecake Day. Now, here's the thing. I'm just telling you what today is. I'm not telling you to go out and eat a whole bunch of cheesecake. I don't like anything on my cheesecake. Nothing. I can tell you this though. Let me go back a second. I had caramel on my cheesecake one time. That was pretty cool. I kind of liked that a little bit. I had red velvet cheesecake that I absolutely loved at Barnes & Noble, of all places, right? I went to Barnes & Noble and I was like, I'm going to try this. Now, here's the thing. It probably has 1,000 calories because it's got a whole layer, like a nice size layer of cheesecake, and then a whole nice size layer of red velvet cake. And when I tell you it is delicious, it is delicious. So I have had that, but I don't like fruit on my cheesecake. Like strawberries and cherries and blueberries. Don't put that on my cheesecake. I've had pecans and caramel on my cheesecake. That was pretty cool. I like that. And I like I'm pretty, when it comes to stuff that I like to eat, people that know me know I eat the same stuff over and over. So when I try something new, oh man, that is really good. I had, my daughter went to a vegan restaurant and she brought me back fried kale chips. Absolutely delicious. I was like, those were so freaking good. So there's certain things that I like. When it comes to my cheesecake, plain old good old cheesecake is good enough for me. And if I do have to do something different, red velvet cheesecake or cheesecake with caramel and pecans on it. So I kind of like those two. I will eat that because I've eaten that and said, oh, that's pretty good. So yeah. So listen, so remember guys, tomorrow is Win It Wednesday. So I said something yesterday. And I'm probably going to say something today that could be your Win It Wednesday question for tomorrow. So make sure to tune in. Put the number on speed dial. That way, when you hear the question, you can call right in. The number to call in is 678-608-1413. Again, that number is 678-608-1413. Put your phone on speed dial because tomorrow at 10:30, I'm going to make an announcement. And it's going to be a question about something I said either yesterday or today. And then the first person to call in with the correct question wins the free prize. Now, here's the thing. I'm not trying to sell you anything. It's free. It's a contest. There, you don't have to buy anything. You just need to call in with the right answer from either yesterday or today. Right? Cool. I'm excited. I keep telling you I'm super excited because we're going to be live streaming video live soon. We're going to be on Roku, Amazon Fire TV. We're already on Amazon Fire TV, so that's not a big deal. But we're not on Apple TV, we're not on Roku, and we're not on Android TV. And I'm excited about that. So super duper, majorly excited. Got some good stuff coming down the pike. I'm going to have more guests on the show. All that good stuff. All of that good stuff. So stay tuned for that. But now, let's get on to our horoscopes brought to you by noted astrologer Micah Thyssen. Today is May the 26th. Yes, it is. And so we're going to kick it off like we always do, and that is with Aries. If you can mix business with pleasure, much can be accomplished. Oh, okay. Now, all right, Aries. Your sensitivity towards those you love will capture their hearts. Your ability to stand out in a crowd will bring you the recognition you deserve or desire. All right. Listen, mix a little business with a little pleasure. Sounds good. You get a lot accomplished. Now, I don't know how much business you're going to get done when you mix it with pleasure. It kind of depends on the pleasure. Like, I could think of some pleasures, nothing's going to get done. But if it's like wine and cheese and y'all looking in each other's eyes, that could work. Or it could just be a trip away. You know, trips are pleasurable. Like, I'm planning my anniversary trip for next week, and I'm excited about that. So, you know, we try to go places that we've never gone, and I'm gonna take pictures and do videos. So I'll bring that back to the show so you guys can check it out. But we try to do places that we've never gone. We always try to find a place that has somewhere for my husband to go fishing because he likes to fish. And so we were looking at places this morning. It was like, okay, now let's go here. So we saw a couple of really, really nice places. There's one in Helen that I really, really love. And so we're probably going to go to Helen, Georgia for our anniversary. Taurus, your ability to converse with charm will entice someone you may have had an interest in for some time now. Invest wisely. Your personal life could have you tied up in knots. Don't think the worst if you hear something negative about your partner. Don't think the worst. It could be, it might not even be true. Don't think the worst. If you hear something negative about your partner today, it might not even be true. So try to think positive until you get all the facts. Now, when you get all the facts, you think what you need to think. But until you get the facts, just try to think positive. Be optimistic about the situation. Gemini, you need a change of pace. Me too, Gemini. I do too. Express your interest if you want the relationship to progress. You may have the day off, but your thoughts will be on your work and your cash situation. Yeah, you got the day off today, Gemini, but you're thinking about that money. How can I get that paper? Yeah, hopefully your situation is not too bad and you can fix it. That's my hope for you, my prayer for you. Cancer, overindulgence could lead to problems with digestion. Don't eat too much today. I know you're eating the leftovers from yesterday, Cancer. Put your efforts into being creative. Pursue outdoor activities or any physical exertion. Go outside, get some fresh air. Do some yoga on the deck. Sit in the sun. It's a beautiful day. So it's a good day to sit on the deck right now because it's not too hot, not yet anyway. Just know that don't eat too much, though. If you ate a lot yesterday, fall back today. Because your system is going to be jacked up if you do. Just saying. All right, Leo. Don't let your personal partner hold you back. Opportunities to get ahead are evident. Your lack of responsibility and attention has been a key issue in your relationship. Okay, that's not good, Leo. That is not good. You got to take some responsibility for your stuff. Yeah, that's a key issue in your relationship. So if your relationship is like jacked up right now, it's because of your lack of responsibility and attention. I don't know. Your partner probably need a little bit more attention. I don't know, especially if it's a man. You know how they are. Women could be like that too, though. Virgo, spend time on yourself. Don't let yourself get you down. Look, spend time on yourself and don't let yourself get you down. You may feel that someone at work is holding you back. Listen, spend time on yourself and don't let yourself get you down, and don't let the people at work hold you back. Listen, Virgo, stand up for yourself. Don't be letting people hold you back, and don't be so down on yourself. Lift yourself up. You know let me tell you what I do, because I don't have a good day every day. I ain't gonna lie. Some days I have terrible days. But here's what I do to lift myself up. I will watch a motivational video on YouTube, because YouTube has millions of videos. YouTube has millions of videos. All you gotta do is punch in something. I will go there. I will watch a video on YouTube. Something inspirational is gonna motivate me and inspire me. I will listen to a podcast. I will get in my car, because I listen to podcasts in my car. That's kind of weird, right? And since I haven't been in the car that much, I haven't been listening to that many podcasts. So I realized people listen to podcasts when they're exercising and when they're on the go. That's kind of crazy, but it's the truth. I can tell you right now, I think I've listened to, in the last month, maybe one podcast episode. Listen to one podcast episode. I'm trying to think of what that was, but normally I would listen to podcasts every day because I was going to the studio every day. And then I would come home every day and listen to podcasts on the way home. When I was going to meetings, I would listen to, I didn't hardly ever listen to the radio. So that's what we listen to podcasts at most of the time. At home, I watch a lot of YouTube videos. Yep, that's what I do. I watch a lot of YouTube videos. So when I'm feeling funky, that's what I do. I will watch a good video. Like a lot of people may eat. I don't eat when I'm feeling funky. Like I have to snap myself out of it, and food don't do it for me. Food make me feel worse, actually. Food make me feel worse in general. Like I tell my husband, I've been eating lately, and pretty much everything I've eaten except for seafood has just made me feel awful. And so I've really been doing my best to change my diet. Hence the grilled zucchini and grilled sweet potato, because I just been feeling like when I eat certain things, I feel terrible. It's like, oh my God, that's disgusting. Like I feel awful. Like it makes me sick. And I don't need to feel sick. I don't have time to be feeling sick right now. So I've been kind of really watching that. But when I eat certain seafoods, I don't have a problem. Like pretty much any seafood, like shrimp, fish, crab, lobster, not a problem. When I eat beef and pork, like pork chop, like I used to like pork chop. Like I would eat a fried pork. Now I don't eat a lot, but I would eat like a fried. When I eat that now, I feel weighted down. Like, oh my God. So, just be good to yourself. All right, listen, I'm going to a song, and I'll be back to give you more of the horoscopes brought to you by Noted Astrologer Micah Stiason. You're listening to the Good Morning Gwinnett Show. Stay tuned. Welcome back, y'all. To your Audrey Bell Kearney giving you the Daily Horoscopes brought to you by noted astrologer Micah Thyssen. And we're going to pick it up with Libra. Strong willpower will come to your rescue. Yes. Real estate ventures will be to your advantage. Opportunities to show your worth will enhance your reputation and bring possible advancement. Yeah, your real estate deal is about to kick off, baby. You about to get that money because it's going to be to your advantage. Yeah, real estate is a good one. I have a friend, she just bought a condo. You know, what's so funny? I was talking to my friend yesterday. I was talking to Georgette. You know, Georgette did the word for the week, which was patience, which is a good word. But we were talking yesterday, and we have a friend, her grandparents built a community in Sag Harbor. And for those of you who don't know what Sag Harbor is, it's in the Hamptons over in New York. And her grandparents built this community. Now she's older than me by about 7 years. So, and that's up there, right? Because I'm up there, but she got me by 7 years. But anyway, her grandparents built this community in Sag Harbor, and I went with her one time to the house. It was cute. It was like a little bungalow house, right? It was amazing, y'all. It was just amazing to be in the atmosphere. And it was nothing like beautiful. It was just like, it was a community that was built by these amazing people, 70 years ago. And they passed it down from generation to generation. And for me, that's something that, like, it's not about the money per se. It's about the legacy for me. And I focus on that legacy because for me, I got a granddaughter. I have one daughter, one granddaughter. I don't know if my daughter's going to have more kids or not, but I have a niece and two nephews, and I'm sure they're going to have kids. And for me, it's about passing something down from generation to generation. And so we were talking yesterday about that, and I said, it was so cool that her grandparents had that kind of mindset to build something and then pass it down. And what was even better was that they passed it down and it went down they went down to like 3 generations until she decided to move from Jersey, which in the house is in Sag Harbor, which is in New York, which is about 2 hours away from Jersey. And she decided to move. And, she had a really tough time trying to figure out what to do with that property because she was never really going back to New York. And she had a renter and, stuff like that. But she decided to sell it. And she turned around and flipped the money and put it back in 2 investment properties because she made so much off that deal. She made a ton of money off the deal. When I tell you it was a bungalow, it was like a 1-bedroom bungalow. I think it might have 2 bedrooms. It was tiny, but she made a huge profit. And she flipped it and put it into 2 properties. So, that's the kind of things when it comes to real estate and those type of things. And those are the type of things that I'm looking to do. So, it was a reason I was telling y'all that story, but I totally forgot. But anyway, my friend and I was having that conversation about how her family had the foresight to say, let's do something. And I this is how I think all the time. I watched the Food That Built America. You guys probably heard me talk about these shows before, but there's a show that comes on the History Channel called The Men That Built America, and it talks about Rockefeller, and it talks about Carnegie, and it talks about Vanderbilt, and it talks about J.P. Morgan, and it talks about Westinghouse, and it talks about Hershey. It's a great series. So if you have not gotten a chance to see that, watch that series. Like, I love that type of history, but it shows me, what we can still do. And if you think about those guys who built legacies way back when, before we had the internet and telephones and all the stuff we have right now, there's no reason we can't do it. But here's the thing. I realize that, yes, you can do anything you want to, but you can't do so many things. And that's what it took me a long time to realize. That's why I have decided to just put a whole lot of my focus into this show and building is what I envision. And hopefully it'll be a legacy. The company will be a legacy for my daughter, my granddaughter, my niece, my nephews, and their kids. So that's the goal. But anyway, let's go back to the horoscopes. I could talk about this all day long, and I won't. Scorpio, express your interest if you want your relationship to progress. Your health may suffer if you don't control your present situation. Check into art objects or precious stones. You can do well in group endeavors. Okay, I always got a story, right? I know I'm a storyteller. So I have precious stones, and one way to clear the stones and activate them is to put them in the sun. So all of mine were on the deck over the weekend because I needed to clear them out, let them re-energize, and I put them back where they're supposed to go. One is on my arm, and the rest is in my bedroom, and I had to put the one in my office. But precious stones are good. I know some people don't believe in all that stuff. I do. It's from the earth. There's nothing wrong with it. And they generate energy. You need to watch the History Channel. You'll find out all this different stuff. Like quartz. Quartz is something serious, and people don't even know it. Like our cell phones have quartz in it. Quartz is a memory stone. It holds memory. And so that's important. So think about that. Inside the cell phone, there is quartz. All right, Sagittarius. Your charm and generosity will bring friends and romantic opportunities. Throw yourself into your profession. Don't yield to children or your relatives when they really don't deserve it. Don't yield to children or the relatives when they don't deserve it. Neither one of them. Just say no. It's a powerful word. It's a small 2-letter word, and it's powerful. A lot of people don't know how to say no, though. I had to learn, and when I learned, it was okay. And I wasn't saying to be mean. I was just saying it because I wasn't doing something. Before, I would do things because I felt guilty. Oh, I should do it because they really need my help. Not now. Not at all. If it's something I really don't want to do, I ain't doing it. Capricorn, your home environment may be hectic, which could result in emotional upset if you aren't well organized. It's time to reevaluate your own motives and make changes to yourself first. Pursue outdoor activities or any physical exertion. Let me read this last part for you again, Capricorn. It's time to reevaluate your own motives and make changes to yourself first. Don't try to change anybody. Change yourself first. That's what we do. We want to change everybody else. People got their own. I really want to say the word, but I won't. They got their own stuff. And I think when you learn to realize that people have their own stuff to deal with and the things that you're not happy with, you change yourself. You adapt to the situation. And it's your choice. Either you stay where you are or you move on. You know what I mean? But don't make yourself sick and unhappy. I've learned that as well. People are who they are. You either accept them or you don't. And I am who I am. You either accept me or you don't. What you see with me is what you get. I don't change up too much. Not much. But I know for me, I have to work on myself. I have to focus on what I'm trying to do. Because if I try to focus on trying to change somebody else, that's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. So if that's what you're doing, stop. Change yourself first. Aquarius, your attitudes are changing rapidly. Your attitudes with an S. Now, I don't know if that's you and somebody else, or do you have more than one attitude, Aquarius? They got an S on attitudes. Try to be patient. There that word go. Patient, the word of the week. Try to be patient and understanding. Go with the flow and don't be concerned about your own job. Go with the flow. Just do your thing. And try to be patient and understanding. That's the word for the week, patience. That's a big word. But some of us, that's a huge word. All right, and my fellow fish Pisces, you will find that social activities will lead you into passionate meetings. Okay, passionate meetings, fish. Investments may be misrepresented today. You can make money if you're willing to push your ideas on those in a position to support your efforts. Okay, universe, who am I supposed to push these ideas on? Because I don't have a problem pushing right now. I just need to know who. Send me the person I'm supposed to push this idea on that I got about this show and this company. Send them to me so I know how to push it on them. Yes. Okay, fish. Ask the universe to send you the person that you're supposed to push these ideas on so they can help you make this money, baby. All right, listen, that's all I got for you today, people. I'll be back again tomorrow at 10 a.m. to give you more of the horoscopes brought to you by Know the Astrologer Micah Thyssen. But now it's time to get on to some news you can use. By the way, starting in June, I don't know exactly when in June, but it'll be June. Starting in June, I will be coming on at 10 o'clock on Thursdays. Yes, been making changes. Remember what I said. Normally I do 11 o'clock. Now I'm doing 10 o'clock on Thursdays. And I'll let you know exactly when to listen for me on 10 o'clock on Thursdays. But I did my new intros yesterday. I was so excited about them. So I'll let you know when that's going to happen. It's going to be in June. I just don't know when in June because remember, I'm going to be live streaming. I need to make sure that I'm on the same time 4 days a week. Sometimes I'm going to be in studio live streaming. Sometimes it's going to be the woman on the street, baby. So look out for that. So I got a lot planned. Here's my thing. I want to build something amazing, but I want to have fun while I do it. If that makes sense to anybody. I want to build something that's absolutely amazing that will outlive me, but I need to have fun while I'm doing it. Like that's my headspace right now. Love what I do, but it needs to be fun. Build it to scale, because I want to build this thing to scale. And I believe being on all these TV platforms, I can scale it, right? I can scale this show. But it needs to be fun for me. And so that means, am I going to be in the studio some days? Yep. Am I going to be on location some days? Yep. You may see me at the coffee shop. I might drop by the library. I never know. Once we really open up and they get coronavirus really under control, who knows where I might show up with a microphone. I might show up in your neighborhood with a microphone. I might just walk down the street and interview the people. There's a show that come on called Story Trek. That's what the guy does. He gets his camera crew and he knocks on doors, and anybody that stops and talks to him, he does a story about him. I love that show because the people, just regular people, they're not prepped for it. He's just knocking on their door. You gotta watch it. It's called Story Trek, and it's a really cool show. I like it. I think it was pretty cool the way they did it. He just shows up. He goes to a town. He spins he throws a dart on the paper, and he just shows up. And then he'll knock on doors until somebody answers and agree to talk to him. You get some really cool stories. Like, you will be surprised. And people don't think their story matters, right? And I'm listening to like, wow, that's a really cool story. Your story matters. You know, that's why I do this show. That's why I tell so many stories. And I'm going to be bringing on more people to tell their stories. That's why I have guests on Thursdays. But I'm going to be bringing on even more people. Like, as I expand the show and we open up to video, which is next month, we're going to be doing video streaming and all that good stuff. It's going to be more people on the show. It's going to be me on the streets talking to people. It's going to be me at the coffee shop talking to people. I might show up at a Gwinnett County meeting and I'm going to talk to people. It's going to be more of me on location doing stuff as well as in the studio. So stay tuned. And then it's going to be people outside of Gwinnett, because it's about Gwinnett but beyond, because there are some great people outside of Gwinnett that Gwinnett people probably would love to hear their stories, because stories are powerful. They could change your life. They really could. All right, let's get on to some news. So listen here. If you have children under 2, and I know you're trying to protect your child from the coronavirus pandemic, but here's the thing. They're saying that putting a mask on children under 2 could be dangerous to their health. Now, that freaks me out because my granddaughter is 15 months old. And so, of course, when we take her out, she is masked up. And here's the funny thing about her. She will not take the mask off. Like, she knows that she has to have that mask on, and she would not take it off her face. She's 15 months old. And we were like, she doesn't take the mask off. She would not take a mask off. She will leave it on her face because everybody else is masked up. So she sees us masked up, and I guess she feel like, you know what? I'm supposed to have on a mask as well. She won't take it off. But they're saying you got to be careful because it could cause them to suffocate, and you want to be able to see the changes in their face color. You want to be able to make sure they're breathing right. If they throw up, you don't want them to choke on what they threw up, heat stroke. They're concerned about a lot of stuff. And so I'm not going to say don't put the mask on your kid, because I can't say that. But what I will say is that be careful. And they're saying that this could be a little bit dangerous to little children under 2 years age. And so we have one. Like, we have my sugar, and she's masked up, and she's smart. She would not take it off. And let me tell you, she's a piece of work. So for her to sit there and say, I'm not taking this mask off because I see Gia and TT and Mommy with the mask on, she would not take it off her face. And she's rough. Like, that baby is rough. She's tough, but she's smart, and she knows that I'm not taking it off. So now, I didn't even think about any of these things like suffocation and things like that. That I never even thought about that, because our first concern is to make sure that she's safe. You know what I mean? And I'm sure that's your first concern, to make sure that your child is safe. But we want to make sure that we're paying attention. So if you do take them out and they have on a mask, just make sure you watch them. But they're saying that studies show, and this is according to the Gwinnett Daily Post, that children under 2 should not be wearing a mask. So it's kind of scary, because Corona is still out there doing this thing, lurking around, and you want to make sure when your kids go out, they're safe. But some people do. Some people don't care. I've seen kids out, they don't have on masks, don't have anything. They're just out there. It's like, whatever. I'm just here. I'm with my mommy. We just out here hanging out. I'm just out here. Anyway, I'm going to go to a song. I'll be right back after the song to give you more of the rundown about what's going on in and around Gwinnett County. You're listening to the Good Morning Gwinnett Show.
My life wasn't perfect, yeah, I know that now. When it came crashing down, all I know is that I need you around. When it comes crashing down, all I need is not to feel so much alone. So step inside my zone, baby, you can give me everything I want. Everything I want. and spirit always dance and sing. You're captivating me. All I need is to know that I'm in your heart and never be apart. All I need is not to feel so much alone. So step inside my zone, baby. I can give you everything you want. Everything you want.
Welcome back. Listen, I be wanting to sing along with some of these songs I be playing. I was like, I'm sitting up and sing, "Is you." Yeah, y'all don't want to hear me sing, but I do be want to sing. So the Gwinnett Chamber of Commerce, along with the Economic Development Initiative Partnership Gwinnett, have launched 2 job boards to assist Gwinnett's recovery from the impact of COVID-19. The 2 organizations aim to connect Gwinnett's available workforce with the right employers who are seeking top-tier talent, which I think this is great. This was launched on May the 18th. Partnership Gwinnett Board, the partnership will focus on companies in its 5 target industries: information and technology solutions, health and science services, professional and corporate services, supply chain management, advanced manufacturing. The Gwinnett Chamber Board will serve members and partners as well as the Gwinnett community. The job boards, they launched on May 18th. And they're here to help. So if you're an employer and you want to post your job there, you can do that. Use the code RECOVERY at checkout, and you'll be able to put your job there. This is pretty cool because there are people who need to get back to work, and there are people who need employers, because some people have said, you know what, I had this time to step back. Some people got the stimulus money that gave them a little cushion so they could really step back and reevaluate their life and say, you know what, I ain't going back. I don't like that job. I'm not going back. So now jobs need to find the perfect person. Here's an opportunity for you as a person to finally step into a position that you really love. Whether it be your own business, whether it be a new position at a new company, now's the time. Even though the pandemic has caused and wreaked such havoc on people's lives and businesses and our economy, it has. This is a chance. I feel like I'm about to do like the $6 Million Man speech. This is a chance for us to rebuild bigger and better and stronger than before. This is also a chance and opportunity for us not to take stuff for granted. Not to be so egotistical. Because the United States can be egotistical. We're supposed to be the best in the world, right? And look how bad we got hit. We got hit worse than everybody. So this is an opportunity for not only the United States to rebuild itself bigger, better, and stronger than before, but this is a great opportunity for you to build yourself bigger, better than you were before. Whether it's in business, whether it's in your career, whether it's in your sports, in your music, in your art, whatever it is. The other thing, too, I would suggest is that you find your passion for what you want to do, right? Whatever it is. It could be a side gig. It could be a weekend thing. It could just be for you to release some stress. Find some happy in your life. I'm telling you, you got to find happy in your life. Because a lot of times that's what we're missing, because we're waiting for someone else to make us happy. No, go out and find your own happy. What is it that you really like to do? And don't be afraid to do it. And that's the other thing. Fear holds us back. I feel like I'm doing the end of the show in the middle, but I just feel like this has to be said. I feel like I'm at church. Yeah, the Lord is giving me a message. I got to say it right now. You have to find a happy in your life, right? You can't wait for someone else to make you happy. Don't try to change people because you can't. Change yourself. And here's the thing. Either people are going to change when they see you change, or y'all just going to be going on your own separate path, because that's what's going to happen. If you talk to somebody in your life and they're not changing the way you need them to change, then you change. And at that point, you have to make a decision which way you want to go in. And then they're going to see you change, say, you know what? They're leaving me. Because that's what's going to happen. They're going to leave you behind. I'm going to tell y'all a quick story. I always got a story, right? So I was listening to Allie Brown. Allie Brown is a multi-million-dollar businesswoman. I remember when she first started. She started out, she called herself the e-zine queen, because back then, e-zine, which is like a online newsletter, digital newsletter, the weekly newsletter that I send out, that's called an e-zine. And what happened was she learned how to master that when nobody else was doing it. So she became the e-zine queen. And she told the story, and this is so funny because I've done this before. She told her how she was going to all these seminars and she was buying all these programs and trainings, and she would come home and she would hide them from her husband because she didn't want him to see that she had bought another training. I raised my hand. I'm totally guilty of that. I used to do that same thing because back then courses were hot. They were coming out. Now you can find a course anywhere. It's like, oh my God, it's course overload, right? Like it's overloaded. And so she would talk about how she would buy these courses and she would go home and hide the courses from her husband. But what happened was she was working on herself. She was working on herself. And that's what you got to do. You got to work on yourself. She was working on herself to the point where she realized she and her husband had nothing in common. Right? It was a struggle to be married to that person, like a real struggle. And she made a conscious decision to get a divorce because they were not on the same page. She was trying to go up. He was trying to stay where he was. That's not a good relationship. When you're trying to rise up and you got somebody in your life who's just like, I'm good where I am, that could be okay, as long as they don't try to pull you down. And I think for her, he was trying to hold her back, right? And so she got a divorce, and she talked about how she cried, like she laid on the floor in her empty apartment because she didn't have any furniture, and she cried because that was painful, and people blamed her. They blamed her for wanting to be happy because that's what they were blaming her for. She was unhappy, and because you have mutual friends, he was heartbroken, right? But they weren't growing together. And she just got to, and she's like, I didn't have anything. I had a job making $30,000 a year that I did not like. I had a business I was trying to grow. And she was like, I just couldn't stay in that relationship any longer. So she got divorced. So I said all that to say, it's time. This is the time right now to reevaluate where you are, to get serious about what you want to do. If you say you want to do something, then do it. Don't talk about it. Be about it. That, you know what I'm saying? Don't talk. If you claim, because this is what most people do, they claim they want to do something, but when it comes to actually doing it, they don't do it. Here's why: fear, laziness probably more than fear. I want to do this. You don't really want to do, because if you really want to do it, you would do it. The things I really don't want to do, I don't do them. There are some things that I really don't want to do that I have to do, and I do them. But for the most part, if it's something I really don't want to do, I don't do it. And I had to learn that as well. Like, I don't really want to do that. I don't really want to do this, and I don't really want to do that. So this is the time. That's all I'm saying. But anyway, if you're looking for a job, or if you're an employer and you want to post your job with the Gwinnett Chamber or the Partnership of Gwinnett, there's a job board that you can do that. So you go to www.gwinnettchamber.org/job-board. Again, that's www.gwinnettchamber.org/job-board. For Partnership Gwinnett, you can go to www.partnershipgwinnett.com/job-board. Again, that website is www.partnershipgwinnett.com/job-board. To get the complete story, go to ajc.com and click on county. You'll see Gwinnett County there. Click on the story, get the full story. If you didn't get the websites, they're listed there. If you are an employer, you can actually go there and post jobs. You got to put in the code recovery at the checkout. If you're an employee, of course, you're looking for a job, there's a place for you to go. I'm sure there's no charge for that, but check it out. All right, so I'm going to go here too. I'm going to go take a visit over here and do this. So there's scooters. When you go to Atlanta, scooters are everywhere. You got scooters all over the place. And so recently, early this year, late last year, we were talking about should we have scooters in Gwinnett County, and most of the county people said nope, we shouldn't. Like the mayors and the city councilmen and people like, they was like, nah, let's just pump the brakes on that for a second and see how it works out in other places, and if it work out, maybe. Well, now we have the public can test self-driving scooters at Peachtree Corner Curiosity Lab. So Curiosity Lab was a partnership between Sprint and it used to be called Prototype Prime. And I remember going over there to visit, and it's huge, and I couldn't find anybody because it was so big. And I'm walking around. I saw some people that actually, it was a co-working space. And so I was like, I'm going to go over there because they had a podcast studio. This is before I opened up my studio. They had a podcast studio already there. And I was like, I'm going to go there, and I'm going to, probably get a membership there and use the podcast studio that was there. But I couldn't find it, and I never found the podcast studio. Could not find it. But anyway, now you can test drive self-driving scooters. So, they had a test drive for the self-driving car before, because they're all about technology and growing us in technology. So I'm excited. I love that kind of stuff. I'm like a tech, history, business, entrepreneur. I'm like that. I love that kind of stuff. Like, I don't have to watch regular TV at all. If I could watch all that kind of stuff, I would. And I do on YouTube. YouTube and podcasting are my best friends outside of my real best friends. Anyway, teleoperated scooters developed by technology companies GoX and Tortoise are available for the public to try at Curiosity Lab, an innovation hub focused on autonomous vehicles and other new transportation technology. Anyone can ride the scooters along the 1.5 mile test track, and I might take we might just go over there. Like, while everybody's here, we might go in and test drive. That'll be something good for the show, right? And I might have to that might just be video on demand. Like, we're going to do live, but we're going to also have video on demand, because there's some things that I'll be videotaping on the weekends that I'm not going to live stream, but I'll videotape it and I'll bring it back and I'll share with you guys on the channel. It's going to be so cool, y'all. Like, right now, you can go to Good Morning Gwinnett website and listen to the show live every day, because on my podcast player, it says live, so you can listen to me live. Moving forward, there's going to be a video player there, and it's going to say live, and you can watch live. So it's going to be nice. I'm excited about it. But anyway, if you want to go and drive this, because it ain't driving, ride this self-driving scooter, you can. Now, I don't know how big the scooter is, but I don't think I'll be trying this. Now, the self-driving car, yes. I don't think I'll be trying this scooter. Not yet. Not quite yet. But anyway, if you want to do that, you can, they go like slow, 2 miles per hour. Yeah. Like, you can walk faster than you can ride. And if you just don't want to ride, you don't have to ride. But anyway, those who wish to ride the scooter can do so between the hours of 7 a.m. and 9 p.m. Monday through Friday. Riders must download the GoX Apollo app and pay $1 to unlock the scooter to ride. After that, it's 25 cents a minute. Or you can ride it all day long for $29.99. So if you want to go check out the, driverless scooter, because you riding the scooter, you ain't driving it. You just going to sit up. I guess you're just going to stand there and ride it. I think it's pretty cool, though. The pilot program will allow GoX and Tortoise to gather data about the scooter's operation and make any tweaks needed before scaling up further. So this is something we're going to see probably in Gwinnett County, because Curiosity Labs is located in Peachtree Corners. And that is something that, they have been tossing around. Should we get scooters here in the county? Because, those things can be dangerous, too. I've seen people get knocked off of them, because it's like having a little motorcycle. So, it's an opportunity, but it's also, it's a lot of things you got to weigh before that happens. Is it dangerous? How is it going to affect everybody? Things like that. So Gwinnett is saying, what, we like the idea, but we're going to just wait a minute and see exactly how that's going to roll out for us. How it's going to roll out for everybody else, and then we can figure out how to roll it out for ourselves. I understand that. Let somebody else be the crash test dummy. Right? Like, for real, you go ahead. You go ahead and crash up and give us that data. Let's see what that looks like. The coronavirus has changed a lot of stuff, and I didn't even know the farmers market were going on, but I'm glad they are, because now that gives me an opportunity to go out and talk to everybody about this situation, because we have been social distancing since March. It's May. It's the end of May to be exact. And we're still doing that because we have to because of everything that's going on. But and I was like, man, because this year I was like, I got my coffee. I got the Good Morning Sunrise coffee. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to go to the farmer's market. I'm going to sell my coffee. I'm going to talk about, and I'm still going to do that because I didn't know they had opened back up. So I am going to go on Saturday mornings to sell my coffee. And I may even broadcast live from the farmer's market. But anyway, farmer markets are just, they have said, you know what, we have to do things differently. And so in Swanee, they have the tables really far apart so people don't gather up, because what happened is you got something really good, people tend to gather up at your space, and you don't want too many people to gather up on each other, because remember, we are still in the process of being socially distant. So you got to do that whole social distancing thing. So they have said, we're going to do this. We're going to put these tables 6 feet apart. In Snellville, they got a drive-through. It's like a contactless drive-through, and I don't know how that's going to work. I've been to Snellville because that's exactly where I was going to go. I don't want to do drive-through. I want to talk to the people. So I don't know if that's going to work for me, the drive-through part of it, but that's what they're doing in Snellville. So they got the drive-through farmers market in Snellville. And Swanee, they have the farmers market, but they have the, it's like spaced out. And, I feel like I didn't look at the numbers. I don't want to look at them. They're depressing. I don't want to look at them anymore. I was like, that's a choice I made. I don't want to be depressed anymore. So I'm not looking at the numbers. I know they have risen because we are wide open right now. I know they have risen, and I don't want to look at them. I'm just going to do what I got to do to stay safe. But anyway, there are people out there who are selling soaps and eggs, fresh eggs and baked goods. And my husband and I went because we wanted to see how it was set up last year. And I think we bought some kind of sausage and all kinds of stuff. So it was pretty cool, though. I bought something for the baby. The baby had just born. She was about 6 months old at that point. It was like some kind of soap balls. It was soap nuts or something. You put it in the water so it takes care of their skin, because she had like a little bit of eczema. So I bought like these soap nuts, and you put them in there, and it's like, it helps her heal. It was cool. So I really liked it. So it's a lot of stuff there. They had like a lot of CBD oil products, like cookies and cakes and all kinds of stuff. So I'm happy to see that we are not doing business as usual, but we're doing business again. I'm happy about that. And I know people probably was mad at me because I was like, don't go out. But that's how I felt. And you got to understand where I'm coming from. I wasn't saying it because, I was saying it because I had lost people that I care about. I lost my uncle, best man at my wedding. My best friend, her aunt passed away. It was scary for me. So I was like, yeah, let's stay shut down forever. Now, that's not realistic, but that was fear talking. And now that I'm past my fear somewhat, let's do what we got to do. Just stay safe. Just stay safe. That's all you can do. All right, I'm going to a song. Then I'm going to come back and wrap it up right after this song. Stay tuned.
We'll go a different way, you and me. Tell your friends that this might take some time and you'll be back another day. I can see us breaking down the barrier. Oh yeah. With the speed of light we cross the stratosphere. Oh yeah, we can go so far away. Baby, let's go far, so far, you and me. Let's dance the night away, we're locked together far away, you and me. We'll have a celebration to an unknown destination, can't you see? I can see us breaking down the barrier. Oh yeah. With the speed of light we cross the stratosphere. Oh yeah. We can go so far away.
welcome back. Listen, there are two twins over at this is such a great little story. They're twins. It's a boy and girl, Alice and Bill Ayo. One is a valedictorian and the other one is a salutatorian at Gwinnett's Peachtree Ridge High School. How cool is that? Right? Twins. Okay, here's the thing. I wonder did they argue about who was the smartest? Because for those of you who don't know, valedictorian is the person that's supposed to be the smartest in the class, right? And salutatorian is the second smartest. I gotta tell you, I was salutatorian one time, and although it was a great honor, I wanted to be valedictorian. So when I was going into high school, coming out of the 8th grade, I was salutatorian. And I think Stephanie Barnes was valedictorian, if I'm not mistaken. I think Stephanie was valedictorian. I was salutatorian. Now, what's crazy is when I went to high school, Stephanie and I went to the same high school. Now, I went to high school, played around. Stephanie didn't play around. So, Stephanie was salutatorian in high school, and Robert Pretlow was our valedictorian. He passed away, like, right after high school. He got killed. But anyway, this brother and sister, out of a class of 800 graduating seniors, they were the salutatorian and the valedictorian. So I think that's a great story. I think that's really cool. And it's kind of cool because I wondered did they argue about who's so of course Alice was the valedictorian. Alice is the valedictorian and Bill is the salutatorian. Still that's a good thing. But if you're siblings and especially twins, now it goes to say she really does have bragging rights about which twin is the smartest. Yeah, that's crazy. I think that's crazy. I was salutatorian and I was so excited. I was a smart kid. Like I was smart. I got salutatorian. I got a scholarship to go to a private high school. My mom wouldn't let me go because she was like, they're going to steal your stuff. And my mother she was very overprotective of me. She wasn't overprotective of my brother, but she was overprotective of me. And because I could have went to a private high school. So I had two options. I could go to Delaware, which was just 3 hours away from where we lived in Jersey. Or I could go to California, and I was like, well, Daddy's out there. And then he's like, well, whatever your mother said. And she said no. So I didn't go anywhere. I went to West Side. And it's okay, because now I'm a Rough Rider for life. It was a big part of who I am, because you had to know how to navigate. You had to know how to navigate the streets of Newark. It made me tough and rough. And that's okay. I'm cool with that. Rough Rider for life. That's our motto, y'all. Rough Rider. We used to sing this song. It said, Weequay was our rival, one of them anyway. Weequay had a rooster, and they set him on the fence. But the rooster cheered for West Side, 'cause he had a lot of sense. Ade, 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 ade. That was our song. 'Cause I went to West Side High School in Newark. So shout out to all the Rough Riders in West Side. If you listen to this show, shout out to you, baby. I'm a Rough Rider for life. And I'm not mad about it. It made me who I am. Gave me what I need. That strength. You gotta be street smart. And you gotta be book smart. I'm both. I'm not bragging. I'm just saying I'm both. Not everybody can say that. I was salutatorian one time. And it's okay. But anyway, congratulations to Bill and Alice for being honored with such a great honor. And that's because you put in a lot of hard work. Out of 800 students, I was in a class of 275 when I graduated. Now, here's the thing. I wasn't salutatorian in high school, but I was in the top 25 smartest in my class. It was 275. It was 275 was graduating out of the class of 85. Just gave away my age. And out of that, I was 22. So I was in the top 25. I could have been at the top, but I played around. Like, I really did. Like, I left. My mom didn't let me go to the private high school, so I went to West Side. I went to college and did even worse. I did terrible. I really played around in college. But anyway, let's give all of our graduating seniors a round of applause, but especially Alice and Bill for doing great work. Keep up the good work until you go to college and do even better. I'm trying to give you a shout out before we close it out for the day. So listen, guys, that's all I got for you today. I got a special guest tomorrow. He's really special to me in a whole lot of ways. I know him since he was a baby, since he came into this world. It's my nephew. We're going to talk football tomorrow because that's what he does. He is a coach at Mississippi State, and so we're a football family. We are. Like, I'll go to football games in the fall. Like, I'm looking forward to them, hoping that they have Corona under control so I can really go out. And then I'll come back on Monday and talk about the game. But anyway, my nephew is going to join me tomorrow because he's here. And we're going to talk football. We're going to talk about what's going on in Gwinnett first, but then we're going to talk about football. I'm going to give you a little bit about what's happening in Gwinnett. Get your horoscopes, what's going on for the day, the weather. Then we're going to talk football because the season Basketball lost this season, and so we're wondering how football is going to pan out. And I also want him to talk about what it's like to be coaching in the SEC, because he coaches in the SEC. He went to school at Vanderbilt in the SEC. Then he went up to UConn and graduated from UConn. So he's been in the football for a long time. He's been to countless combines. He has like 25 scholarship offers. I want to talk about all of that, because there's a senior right now graduating out. This 13,000 kids are graduating from high school in Gwinnett County. 13,000. Some of those kids have dreams to go on into the NFL and play pro ball and all that good stuff. And I want him to talk about it. He has a ton of friends in the NFL because he's very well known and very well liked. So he has many, 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 many friends in the NFL that he knows. And he has good friends in the industry. So we're going to talk football tomorrow. So make sure to tune into that show. You don't want to miss it. Make sure to tune in because you want to hear what my question of the day is going to be, because it's Wednesday as well. And I'm going to make that announcement at 10:30. Again, put the number on speed dial so you can call in 678-608-1413. You'll be able to call in tomorrow and listen to the question at 10:30. And then after you get the question, if the first person calling with the correct answer win the prize for the day. You never know what it could be. It could be a gift card. It could be movie tickets. It could be dinner tickets. It could be all of that stuff. It could be all that. But you want to make sure that you're listening. If you're not listening, you can't get it. All right, so listen, let me give you my word of the day, and then I'm out. So here's my word for the day. Inspiration, because, I want you to feel inspired for the rest of the day. Today is just Tuesday. You had all that food yesterday. You probably still stuffed. You don't want to be at work if you're at work. Don't want to do nothing while you're home. But I want to give you some inspiration, because I want you to take this one really serious, because it's serious. It says, today you are you that is truer than true. There's no one alive who is youer than you. Somebody recognize that, because I let me say it again. Today you are you that is truer than true. There's no one alive who is youer than you. Who said that? Dr. Seuss, baby. Dr. Seuss said that, and that is true. There's nobody in this world youer than you. Be who you want to be. My daughter taught me that. My daughter does not make an apology about who she is and what she wants. She does not. And I think that's the millennial group. And I had to just step back and say, wow, you going to do it like that? Because in my day, you don't do stuff with like the stuff these millennials do. So be who you are. Love yourself. Find out what you want to do with your life. If you have the opportunity to take that time now to look at your whole situation, step out on faith. Do the things you want to do. Love the people you want to love. Go visit the places you want to visit once it's safe. Once it's safe. Just be you. There's nobody else who can be youer than you. That's all I got for you today. If you missed any episode of the show, go to goodmorninggwinnett.com and check out past episodes. Be sure to share the show with your friends. Go to iTunes. Give me 5 stars over there. Give me 5 stars. I need 5 stars on iTunes. So go to iTunes and give me 5 stars over there. Also, be sure to download the app from the app stores. Remember, we're expanding, so you'll be able to download a new app pretty soon. Also, you may not have to download any apps. I got all kind of technology working in the background. Let me tell you, I am on it, baby. I am on it. This is going to be one of the best shows in Gwinnett County, if not the best, right? Anyway, thank you so much for listening. I really appreciate you and love you to life for that. I'll be back again tomorrow at 10 o'clock, God willing. Stay safe. Put your mask on. Put your gloves on. Stay safe. And until next time, y'all, make it a great day. Bye now.
You've been listening to Good Morning Gwinnett. Make sure to tune in Monday through Wednesday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time to find out what's happening around Gwinnett. If you missed an episode, go to www.goodmorninggwinnett.com to catch up. If you liked this episode, subscribe to the show now and share it with your friends. To learn more about Noise Media Network, visit www.noisemedia.us.